In this video, we are going to look at how to adjust all the drivers in the TaylorMade Stealth 2 driver family. We've marked chapters on the timeline below if you want to jump ahead to a different section. So bang a like and subscribe to the Golf Better YouTube channel, and off we go. Now, first of all, a quick note. You'll notice all three of these clubs have this big weight anchored right in the back of the club here. We recommend that you never adjust this weight. It's already optimized for each driver, but in a custom fitting setting with a TaylorMade club builder, it can actually be changed. But for now, just leave everything as is. Now, I have all three models here. The standard Stealth 2 will be the driver that'll suit most players. The Stealth 2 Plus will be the lowest spinning driver in the family, targeted at the better golfer and has the heel toe sliding weight track. And the Stealth 2 HD or high draw model, well, that's set up for players who need to launch the ball higher or need a little bit of slice correction. Now, if you want to know which Stealth 2 model is right for you as a golfer, we have a whole separate video on that, which we'll link to below in the description. So let's get adjusting, and I'm going to use the standard Stealth 2 model for this to show you how to adjust, first of all, loft and lie. And with a simple adjustment wrench like this one here that comes with the driver, you'll be able to raise or lower the loft of the club. You'll be able to give these Stealth 2 drivers a draw or fade bias and alter the trajectory and spin rate. Now, if you've never used the adjustment wrench before, just a quick lesson in this. First of all, let's look at the opening and locking mechanisms of the screws here. Now, to open or loosen any screw in your driver, you simply place the wrench into the top of the screw and you would turn it anti-clockwise to open. To tighten the screw, you just do the opposite, you turn it clockwise. And these screws that are used to secure the shaft in place at the hosel, when fully tightened, to make an audible click sound, to let you know that the sleeve is safely locked in place and to avoid over tightening. There's the click sound. Now let's go ahead and open the shaft screw here, and when fully opened, the head can be easily removed from the shaft. And when it comes off, you'll see that there's numbers and settings on the tip of the shaft here, and these indicate some of the different loft, lie and face angle options you can choose. Now, this is what's called a 4-degree tip adapter, and at the time of manufacture and assembly, the shaft will be set to standard loft. That's STD loft on the shaft. When the standard loft is lined up with this little arrow, the loft is 10.5 degrees. The lie angle, that's a standard 56 degrees, and the face angle is perfectly square. Now, there are 12 different notches or movements on the sleeve, and each one increases or decreases loft by 1/2 or 3/4 of a degree. So what would happen if we reduce loft? Well, if we rotate the shaft all the way to the lower position, this effectively reduces the loft of the driver by 2 degrees. So it then sets up effectively like an 8.5 degree driver. Now, at this setting, the face is also going to be 4 degrees more open than normal, and the lie angle is up to 58 degrees. So it's kind of going to put a fade bias or left to right bias trajectory on any shot. So think less loft opens the face. Down at 8.5 degrees, this driver will really want to take some spin off your shots and produce a lower, more knuckleball flight. So it really needs speed in the swing to work best. Now, conversely, if we rotate the shaft to the higher position here, this effectively increases the loft of this 10.5 degree driver to 12.5 degrees. Now, in doing this, you also shut the face 4 degrees more closed than normal. Again, the lie angle is 58 degrees. So this will effectively put a draw bias or right to left bias on your driver, and it will bring up the spin numbers a little bit. Think add loft closes the face. Now, you don't have to adjust all the way to the lower or higher settings. You can actually adjust incrementally along the notches in between to make these changes more subtly. Now, if you spin the tip adapter through 180 degrees, you'll see this marking that says UPRT or upright lie. If you secure the shaft in this position, the loft is back at standard, that's 10.5 degrees again, but now the club sits 4 degrees more upright and the lie angle has changed from 56 degrees to a maximum of 60 degrees. Now, you'll find this sets the club up for a draw, but it's a lot more subtle than in the higher setting that we talked about earlier. Again, from this upright lie setting, you can make the loft lower or higher incrementally to make more subtle changes. Now, the Stealth 2 Plus model differs from the other two drivers in that it also has the sliding weight channel sitting behind the speed pocket here. The 15-gram weight in the channel can be moved to any position along it and tightened to change the center of gravity of the club and put a draw or a fade bias on your shots. Again, the adjustment tool opens and closes the sliding weight. At standard or in the neutral setting, the weight is right behind the N mark on the driver here, and that's in line with the sweet spot of the face. Now, if we open the weight and slide it all the way to the heel, where it's marked draw there and secured there, that will make the face want to shut more quickly on the downswing and put a right to left or draw bias on your drives for a right-handed player, of course. And conversely, if we slide that 15-gram weight all the way across and secure it there, that will do the opposite. It will make the face want to stay open more on the downswing and put a left to right or fade shape onto your drives. Again, you don't have to adjust all the way to the left or right. You can secure this 15-gram weight anywhere along the channel to see the changes more subtly. I'll just pop it back into the neutral position here. And this brings us on to taking the adjustability up a notch in the Stealth 2 Plus driver, because you can actually combine the loft and lie settings with the position of the sliding weight. Now, this driver, it actually sits flatter by default than the other two models here, giving it a slight fade bias in just the way it's made. So whatever Stealth 2 driver you have, there will be lots of permutations and combinations to explore to get the club set up perfectly for the way that will benefit you the most, and that's most important. So that is how to adjust any model in your Stealth 2 driver family. Choose the model first of all based on whether you want straight or draw characteristics, and then within that adjust loft, lie and tweak the draw fade bias. And it's very important to remember that you can adjust your driver anytime on the range or before or after your round of golf, but just not during it. Now, if you enjoy this video, please again do press like and subscribe to the Golf Bidder channel and follow us every day on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the socials. For me for now though, it's Donal out.